everybody, my name is Josue and I'm going to teach you how to make a French onion soup today. So in order to cook, anytime you're going to cook, you want to gather your mise en place, and that means having all of your ingredients ready, chopped, and ready to go so that while you're cooking you don't have to stop and chop anything. That makes everything move a lot faster. So watch me and I'll show you how to make a 20-minute French onion soup. For this recipe, we're going to need only a few ingredients because we're going to keep it very simple today with this French onion soup. You only need caramelized onions. I would recommend about 2 pounds of caramelized onions. The recipe would usually call for about 1 cup of white wine. We're going to use the entire bottle because why not? I would do a little bit of fresh thyme, and then over the top I would put Cavage Gruyere cheese, but I'm allergic to dairy so I can't have Cavage Gruyere cheese, but for those of you who can, that's amazing. And I put a little bit of bread at the bottom of each bowl just to kind of soak up all the delicious flavor that's going to be in this very hearty and yummy soup. So stand by. Step 1, chop your onions. Step 2, caramelize your onions. You want to throw your onions into a really hot pan and make sure they get nice and brown. What that means is that the natural sugars are being released from the actual onion and they're starting to caramelize themselves without having to add any actual sugar. If you wanted to add sugar, you could, but I like a little bit more of a tart, crisp French onion soup, so I just go for more wine instead of more sugar. So after you've caramelized your onions, you are going to add in some fresh thyme and your wine. After your onions have been caramelized, you're going to make sure you want to keep the pan very hot and deglaze the pan with that 1 cup of white wine. I use Pinot Grigio. You can use Sauvignon Blanc. If you like a little bit of a deeper, rich flavor and maybe you're going to add mushrooms to this soup, you can go with a red wine like a Merlot, a Cabernet, a Cab Franc, and that'll add a little bit more depth and flavor. But again, I like that tanginess, so I'm going for a Pinot Grigio today. After you've deglazed your wine, you're going to go ahead and add your fresh herbs, and you're kind of reaching the ending point of your soup. You're going to let that simmer for about another 15 minutes or so, and once that is done, you're going to cut up your bread, put it at the bottom of a bowl. Make sure this bowl is oven safe, so I would recommend something like a Pyrex bowl or something along those lines. And you're going to put a piece of bread in the middle, pour in your soup that you have made that is so delicious and wonderful, and you're going to put that in the oven after you have set the oven to broil and let it get really hot. Once you've deglazed the pan, you're going to use that as the base for the broth of your French onion soup. So you're going to add a couple of bouillons to the wine, and then I would add a couple of cups of water, and by a couple I mean about 4 cups of water to each pound of onions that you're cooking. So more or less I'm using 2 pounds. I would add about 8 cups of water. So after you have mixed in your herbs, you're going to let that simmer so that everything kind of tastes in unison and everything kind of tastes like one. Add a little bit of salt and pepper to your liking. I'm a little heavy with my salt, so I add a couple dashes. Mix it in, make sure everything tastes great and delicious. Then you're going to grab one of those bowls you prepared earlier that has bread at the bottom, ladle in your French onion soup, cover it with your choice of cheese. You can have Cavage Gruyere if you're not restricted by your budget. However, if you're broke like I am, you can put some Swiss cheese over the top and that'll do just fine. Now once you pull that soup out of the oven, make sure you let it sit for a minute so that the cheese over the top can get nice and crispy. Make sure you crack that crust, and your first bite should be the best bite. Grab a piece of the bread, some of the cheese, onions, and broth, and enjoy that soup made by me, Josue Garcia, your favorite YouTube chef. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more, make sure you like this video, comment below, tell me what kind of recipes you want. And if you want to learn more about me, follow my Instagram at Karla Croqueta, and the link is going to be posted for you right below. If there's anything in this video that you want to purchase, I'm also going to include my Amazon link so that you can purchase all of these items so you can make this at home yourself very easily. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.